Having a panic attack is a truly terrifying experience. And if you're coming out of narcissistic abuse or any kind of a high-stress, toxic environment, then chances are you might deal with anxiety and panic attacks. We're going to talk about what it's like to experience a panic attack. We're also going to talk about what your initial response and treatment typically is. And then we're going to talk about ways in which you can do some self-care to minimize the symptoms of panic attacks and resolve them on your own without the need for ongoing medical treatment and medication. So don't go anywhere, we've got a lot to talk about right here on The Royal We. So panic attack can hit suddenly and unexpectedly. And it typically happens when you least expect it and when you're in a relaxed state of mind. By relaxed state of mind, I don't necessarily mean that you're not doing anything, because you could actually be going for a walk or be doing the dishes or doing the laundry or cooking or cleaning or even driving or watching a movie or reading a book. When I say relaxed state of mind, I just mean you're doing something that's relaxing. And yes, even driving for a lot of people can be something that is relaxing. Now, when a panic attack happens, you're going to notice that things happen in a certain sequential order. It's a series of events that takes place. The first being that you may notice a temperature change in your body, particularly up and down your arms. You'll feel heat waves going up and down your arms. And that'll be followed by sweaty hands and sweat in your palms. And you'll move your hands and your fingers and they'll feel very clammy. You're realizing that something is overcoming you. And then all of a sudden, your throat may feel like it's starting to close up, making it very difficult to swallow. It feels like you're being choked. And you try to swallow, but you can't. And you keep trying to swallow. It's at this point that panic starts to set in. Suddenly you may start to experience a smell, like an odor, almost like there's a gas leak in your immediate area. And this brings on this feeling of faintness. The lights may start to dim, everything's starting to black out, and you feel like you're about to collapse. This is the peak of the panic attack. Now your heart goes into full race and it's pounding, and you jump up and you run as fast as you can to a neighbor, a friend, someone close by, and you say, help me, something's happening to me. I don't understand what's going on. Call 911. I think I'm having a heart attack. Something is going on. The problem, guys, is that you and I have been dealing with a threat that is not just a one-time threat that we escape from and our hormones can readjust. We've been living under a constant threat of an abusive person or an abusive environment, whether that be an abusive family member or abusive work relationships or abusive boyfriends or girlfriends or even spouse. What happens is you are constantly under the threat of verbal attack, mental attack, emotional attack. Even if you're never quite physically hurt, you're constantly under that threat. That threat constantly increases the cortisol and adrenaline to rush through your body, which triggers a constant fight or flight state. What the panic attack mode is your fight or flight response. It's preemptively being triggered by your system. Because you're relaxed, but your system doesn't know. It anticipates a threat coming at any time. So boom, it trips the system. Chemicals are released, and now you're feeling all of the symptoms of a fight or flight response. But you have no real reason to experience it, so you're thrown off, you're confused, and you feel faint, and you don't know what to do with what your body is going through. So the technique that I want to talk to you about, I call it grounding. So the first thing that you want to do is to be able to have something to drink or eat, something that can go in your mouth orally. This is a great way to ground yourself. As a matter of fact, I got into the habit of always making sure I had water or a soda. I don't drink soda anymore, but back then I did, but I would whatever. I would have something to drink with me at all times. So get in the habit of carrying with you a bottle of water. This is especially effective if your panic attack episodes include the closing of the throat, where you feel like you can't swallow and you can't breathe. You reach over and you grab that water and you start drinking it and you feel it and feel the water going down your throat. It's going to click in your mind that you're okay. Your throat's not really closing up. You are able to swallow. You are able to drink. You're in the real world and you're okay. This is grounding. So get in the habit of carrying with you something to drink, and you could even do the same thing with something to eat. So bring a candy bar with you everywhere you go. Have something to snack on. Carry it in your purse, carry it in your car, something to snack on, something to drink at all times. This will be able to prepare you so if your body goes into that fight or flight mode, you can counter it by grounding yourself and take that drink so that you can combat that symptom of the closing throat and calm yourself down in that way. Another technique to grounding yourself is to just start breathing slowly. This is a good one, guys. So you stop. Let's say you're having a panic attack while you're driving and you don't have anything to drink and you don't have anything to eat, which would be unfortunate because that's my number one technique for grounding yourself is to drink something or eat something. But you pull off the side of the road. The moment you feel the temperature changes in your arms and your hands and you feel like the lights are starting to go dim, you pull over and you stop and you just start breathing slowly. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Just breathe slowly. Roll the window down. Let the cold air, if it's cold, let it hit your face and just breathe it in. It allows you to realize that you're okay. There's cold wind. You're grounded. Another effective way is to just walk and to start moving. Try moving and walking while you're breathing in slowly, right? This movement is another way of grounding. It lets you know you're still moving. There's nothing wrong. You haven't fainted. You're not going to faint. You're walking. And let those symptoms, as you're walking, let them start to go away.